What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunched Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Oleksandr Usyk and the WBA. Get this. The WBA issues statement on Oleksandr Usyk's physique and weight gain. Okay. And this is what they had to say. They had to say that the WBC... They had to say Usyk is in the final part of his preparation for another showdown against Anthony Joshua. They went on to say the Ukrainian will defend his World Boxing Association Heavyweight Super Championship and the IBF and the WBO belts against the Briton on August 20th, as we know. And before stepping into the ring, there has been much speculation about the changes Joshua could be bringing since he's lost that fight. Allegedly, he is the one who needs to correct things the most. However, Usyk is not a fighter who settles and continually seeks to improve and surprise in each of his fights. Although he has not revealed too many details, there have been several photos and videos of the champion in which he has shown quite a strong physique during his training. For this reason, many specialists wonder if he will move up to the heaviest weight of his career this time. Usyk is a small heavyweight, having recently moved up from cruiserweight in his previous fight against Joshua. He weighed 221.2 pounds. Quote, this was the heaviest weight of his career, but he was at a disadvantage against a 240-pound Joshua. Although it worked for him to take the victory, it seems that he could increase the weight a little more this time. This would give him a different perspective to the fight and airs a lot of uncertainty about what will happen, possibly knockout. The champion never settles and is never predictable, so his strategy will always play an important role even before stepping into the ring. Joshua is hoping, of course, to get revenge in Saudi Arabia. He did a similar thing of a job against Andy Ruiz. Usyk has done no such thing like Ruiz that caused him the loss of his career. Let me counterpunch. I've noticed the weight that Usyk's gained. I think it's safe to say Usyk may be 230, 235, if that. But then again, he may not be. He looks a lot bigger. He looks a lot more cut, like he's done a different type of training to get his body in that type of shape. But him being heavier, I don't think that helps at all, unless he was going for a knockout. That's the only thing that I can factor Usyk being bigger, if he's bigger, because we haven't seen him get on the scales. I'm not going to fall for any type of situation where Usyk's bigger, because if he's bigger, what does that really mean? That means he could be slower, right? Doesn't mean he could be faster. That just means he's put on extra weight and anticipating the weight is going to give him a benefit where, well, he's not at his natural weight. So that could tire him out later in the rounds. That's if it goes that far. And if it does, I do favor Usyk again. But if you're looking at how Josh was going to train versus how Usyk's going to train, we just have to see him get into the ring, because, Usyk, it does seem scary on what he's doing, but it's all experimental. Okay? See, we have seen how fighters try to add more to their repertoire, and then they end up adding more insult to injury, not really helping themselves at all. But the good thing about Usyk, that's what makes this fight different. If he is that type of guy that likes to mix it up, that doesn't like to show you just one version of himself, this should be a very entertaining fight. Very interesting. We know Joshua's making his adjustments with his new trainer, and we have to see how these two clash. But weight involved, I think weight is not a friend of Usyk. But then again, I could be wrong. I could be wrong all the way through. But what I'm not going to do is definitely call it an advantage. Because what we've learned about Deontay Wilder, when he did try to pack weight on that type of physique, it didn't really help him much. It didn't aid him much at all. In fact, it hurt him. It made him slower. It made him more sluggish. He was already awkward. And there you go. Now, is that Oleksandr Usyk? No. Oleksandr Usyk's built a totally different way. But if you look at Usyk, they call him the cat for a reason. And a cat that's fat ain't as fat or fast as a cat that's not. So I would say that Usyk would be better off doing what he did do. But of course, we will see on the day. You guys tell me what you think. Please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunched. Peace.